Highly productive people do things differently than most people. They have specific habits, routines, and systems in place that enable them to be highly effective and efficient. In fact, they even spend their Sundays differently compared to most people. After studying hundreds of high performers across any field, whether business, entertainment, art, or sports, I discovered that most of them have a Sunday ritual in which they do 5 specific things that help them perform at peak productivity levels during the following week. These 5 habits only have to take about 30 to 60 minutes, so you can spend the rest of your day relaxing and doing other fun stuff. Yet, the payoff will be more than worth it. Habit number 1: setting goals. One of the things that highly productive people do every Sunday is setting new goals for the week ahead. It may only take a few minutes to do, but it will make you a lot more productive and, ultimately, successful. Most people already do some form of goal setting. Often, they set long-term goals for themselves, such as 1-year or 3-year goals. Unfortunately, however, most people fail to achieve these bigger goals because they don't take consistent action upon their goals on a daily or weekly basis. The antidote to this is to break your bigger goals down into smaller ones, such as quarterly, monthly, weekly, and daily goals, so that you have multiple checkpoints on your road to achievement. When you only have goals that have their deadlines somewhere far into the future, you won't feel the pressure or motivation to work hard on them in the short term. However, by setting 1 to 3 weekly goals for yourself every Sunday, you're building a goal achievement system around you that ensures you take consistent action on the short term, which helps you in achieving your long-term target. Therefore, every Sunday, take a few minutes to set 1 to 3 weekly objectives that will help you get significantly closer to your monthly, quarterly, and yearly goals. Make sure that you set very precise and specific ones, so that you can clearly measure your progress and define when you've achieved them. Habit number 2: planning the upcoming week. This one thing alone can provide so much clarity and structure to your work, as you know exactly what and when you need to work on certain tasks. Planning your week removes a lot of ambiguity, which is key in working without friction and keeping procrastination on the low. Furthermore, you can make sure that you actually achieve your weekly target as you protect the time for it beforehand. Abraham Lincoln said, "Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe." Personally, I like to schedule my week both in Google Calendar and a physical calendar so that I can be confronted with it multiple times during the day. This helps me to stay focused and work with clarity. I clearly notice that when I don't schedule my days and weeks, I waste much more time working on lower priority tasks. I experience more friction and I tend to procrastinate much more. However, as soon as I have full clarity about what to do and when to do it, the provided structure helps me to be much more effective. Make sure to protect the mornings to work on your most important tasks, so the rest of the day will feel like a breeze. Furthermore, you'll consistently make progress on your most important projects, as you prevent yourself from procrastinating on your important tasks, when using this rule, which I call, eating your veggies first. Habit number 3: reviewing the previous week. Another key habit that most highly productive people do on a Sunday is taking the time to review the previous week. By reflecting on what went well and what didn't go well, you can gather valuable insights that will help you work even more effectively next week. In fact, I've experienced that by merely reflecting on your progress and achievements for a few minutes each Sunday, you can save yourself days, weeks, or even months of hard work. When you step back from your work and reflect on what's going well and what can be done better, you slowly but surely remove the productivity sabotaging blind spots out of your life. This will save you a lot of time, frustration, and energy in the future. Habit number 4: journaling. Journaling is another common Sunday habit of highly productive people. Journaling is incredibly powerful for gaining mental clarity, as you're getting thoughts and ideas out of your head and onto paper. Especially when you find yourself worrying about a few things, your internal chatter can hinder you a lot in staying focused and productive. By getting them out of your head and onto paper, you'll find that the inner chatter calms down a lot. This frees up your mental energy and headspace to think clearly, solve problems, and generate new creative ideas. Furthermore, I like to write out the ideas that I've gained during the days so that I can determine the next action steps and work them out with more structure. If the idea turns out to be valuable, I can then schedule some time for it in the upcoming week, or even set a weekly goal based on it. Therefore, I encourage you to sit down with a pen and journal for at least 15 minutes, without distractions, and see what comes up. You might just be surprised by what you'll find. Habit number 5, reading. Through reading, you can learn from the people who have walked the path before you. You can learn from their mistakes without having to make them by yourself, and shortcut the process towards achieving your targets. This makes you more productive and better equipped to achieve your most ambitious goals. That's why people like Mark Cuban insist on reading 3 hours per day. Bill Gates reads for at least 1 hour as part of his bedtime routine, and Warren Buffett spends a large part of his day reading. Mark Cuban said, "I read more than 3 hours almost every day. Most people won't put in the time to get a knowledge advantage." To this day, I feel like if I put in enough time consuming all the information available, particularly with the net making, it's so readily available, I can get an advantage in any technology business. Also, Warren Buffett one time said, "Personally, I can say that reading self-development and business books is the #1 reason why I am where I am today. It's how I'm able to earn my money online and live a more fulfilling life than I used to. Without books, I honestly wouldn't know where I would be." Read 500 pages like this every day. That's how knowledge works. It builds up, like compound interest. All of you can do it, but I guarantee not many of you will do it. Since reading is so powerful, I actually encourage you to do it every single day. However, in the busyness of life, it can sometimes be hard to actually make that happen. Therefore, schedule some time to read during the weekends. If you want to become more productive and ultimately, more successful, I highly encourage you to take action upon these 5 habits for this upcoming Sunday. Let me know in the comments section what benefits you experienced during the week to your personal growth.